Right! Yeah, okay, chill. How dope was that?
It was cool.
I don't even know where to start from Kisco.
Yep.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I like, Yani.
You know?
Now that's the ish.
I don't even know. You know, like when we tell guys at home, like rockers know music, people don't
Mute.
even believe our
That's true,
Mute.
yeah.
Mute.
Yo. That was so interesting.
Thanks,
Now,
thanks.
for the guys at home, you are watching Rock Live right here on Y254 TV. My name is Feline at Feline Zine across all socials. The hashtag is Rock254. And of course, I'm with our DJ right here. His name is Hugh Skills. And of course, I told you we'll have a guest joining us today. And today's guest actually, he's a singer, he's a guitarist, he's a scientist, he's a programmer. Well, and he actually calls himself a wizard, so he's a possible wizard. I don't know how true that is, but we want to find out. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
You know, okay, I told everybody, I've just told guys about you and everything, but I didn't tell them your name. So kindly go ahead and reintroduce yourself and tell the guys at home your name. That would be interesting.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is George. Government name is George Gashiri. You know, my stage name is Hybrid Intuition. You know, because it's all about art and science and how you can mesh the two together and create you know, artistic pieces that can access different people.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm an actuary. That's initially my name was Hybrid Actuary. Then a lot of my actuarial buddies told me, nah, nobody cares about actuary.
Chomai, you guys.
Fix the Excel spreadsheets, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not coming to the wrong city, that kind of stuff.
So you had to switch it out.
I had to switch it up.
Hybrid intuition. What does that actually mean?
So yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So it's basically intuition is just your sixth sense, right? And that's how I approach playing the guitar. Yeah. So you know, when I learned how to play the guitar, it was the first guitar teacher who I met was a guy from Mombasa, and then he just taught me patterns, right? So I didn't really go into the theory of music. So you know, he was always telling me, be intuitive, just go with the flow, and then trust your intuition, trust your gut. And that's how I actually play the guitar. It's like I understand music theory, but it's mostly I go with the feel, of the vibe. So I wanted the name to match my abilities, my energy. Exactly.
And that's what you're all about.
Yeah.
Right. So just give us a little bit background about you. You as an artist now, you as a musician. Just give us a little bit of a background and how you actually got into, music, because you are a singer, not just a guitarist. So tell us about all that. We want to know everything. Tell us everything.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean, as a kid growing up, I remember, I used to listen to rock music actually. I remember, whenever I used to cry, my mom used to play some rock tunes, then I would stop crying. So from the from the jump, I've always been a rocker. And then, when I went to primary school, I started listening to a lot of hip hop. So a lot of my buddies were rappers. Then when I went to high school, that's when I met one of my buddies, Alvin Mwangi.
Yeah, shout out to Alvin.
Alvo,
Yeah.
Chapel Cop. I went to Alliance. But anyway, it's usually a meme. Do you know I went hashtag?
But you said you had to throw it in there.
Yeah, you have to.
Rep your crew.
Yeah.
Rep your crew. Bush life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, so my buddy Alvin Mwangi was the Chapel Cop, and he had a guitar.
Yeah.
I remember he taught me my first song, which was Creed, One Last Breath. Lakini I've forgotten how to play it. I can't cheza it now.
Yeah.
I'm no longer I'm no longer holding my breath. But anyway, so what happened is, that's where my love for the guitar began.
Yeah.
Then when I left high school, I met Alvin. Alvin was now working in a cyber cafe. Remember when we used to have cyber cafes? So he introduced me to some instrumental guitarists, guys like Joe Satriani, people like Steve Vai, people like Yngwie Malmsteen, Paul Gilbert, those kind of guys. Technical guitarists. So and I really liked, especially I watched a video on YouTube with Joe Satriani. He was playing Searching in Tokyo, G3, and it was so good. I was like, I'm gonna keep on playing the guitar. So that's what made me continue down the path. Then I got a jazz guitar teacher, and the jazz guitar teacher, is actually who woke me up. He's called Morris. So he taught me some jazz stuff because I was like, I just want to play metal, man. I want to play some guitar solos, do some stuff. Then he was like, okay, let me teach you. So he used to give me a guitar, technique. Then he walks out of the room for like 20 minutes. So I'm just over there like, just playing it.
And then you got the hang of it.
Got the hang of it.
Yeah.
But funny enough, it took me like 2 weeks to learn the C chord. The C chord, which is that one, which you can learn very easily. So it took me a while, and I was playing the guitar, I was holding it like this. It's like, Buddha, relax. Then I'm like, hey, no, go forward like this. This hand should be like this. So he taught me to be just calm and to play with presence, easy vibes. Yes.
That's interesting. It's quite an interesting story.
Yeah.
From Alliance all the way to where we are right now. Anyway, so can you just maybe tell us about your creative process? How is that like? How do you come up with new stuff? And do you actually write your own lyrics?
Oh yeah. So I do everything by myself. Right. And how I come up with stuff, to be honest, how I do it is like, for example, I'll take the guitar, then I'll be like, okay, and then just noodling on the guitar. Then your fingers somehow know what to press. And then it creates something weird, and you're like, hey, what's that? And then you go back to it, and then you build something on top of it.
For those guys who don't understand this terminology, noodling on the guitar is just like playing around, fiddling, just playing around randomly. That's noodling.
We have a guitar whisperer.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is how you get schooled, This is how you get schooled.
Very interesting. He's like very happy because he's actually our music teacher. So today he's like, we have a guitarist. He's a guitarist dad. He actually wears tees with that. Guitarist dad are cooler. Now, just like normal dads, but
they're cooler.
Much cooler, you
just
get?
much cooler,
He actually says that a lot. Now, George, so being a guitarist, you can either do solo or be in a band. So how does that work out for you? Are you in a band at the moment? Do you have solo projects?
Which bands have you played before? Played with?
Yes.
So actually the first band that I played for was Dove Slim.
Back then, Yani.
Dove Slim, Saidimu shout out, A1V and Jillian back in the day, there was, So that was the first band I played for, then I left it. Then I joined Kanyeki, where I joined as the rhythm guitarist.
Just replace somebody over here.
So me and Hugh Skills were, in the same band.
I left him there.
And then now, while I left Old Mute, when I left where I was working, that's when I decided to now pursue music and to work on my album, my very first solo album. So, how I went about it is, you just come home after work in the evening, get your guitar out, noodle, as you've been told, what noodling is. And then through that process, come up with tracks and come up with songs. And then that's when I was able to make my very first album, which is an instrumental album with 15 tracks. It came out 4 years ago, actually.
Awesome, So
as of now, I'm just doing solo mission. Because I figured out that I'll be better off as a
But you've also been seen severally backing up Rish.
Oh yes, also with Rish, yes. There's always summer in Africa. There's a time I was also playing with Rish at Sula.
Even when Absulo's around.
Yeah, Sula, Colasso, Jessica Colasso.
He has played for so many people, and that is so interesting. Even when Zainab Sule was here, he played for her on stage as well.
That was really fun. It was Westy, I could 20 more days. I even just you're watching this and So I've been around the block.
You've been
Journey
around.
from the block.
Right. So, how often do you practice? Because I'm told like if you don't do it often, you rushed or something. So,
Yeah,
how
like some
often
of
do
us,
you
I'll
do
be,
that?
Yeah, I'll be honest. So when I started playing the guitar, I used to practice for around 5 to 7 hours a day.
Oh,
So yeah, it was pretty intense. I remember I was getting cuts on my fingers,
Yeah.
But then that stopped around like 6 years ago. So since then, I've just been, because I put so much focus on it, on the technique, on the mechanics of playing the guitar. Nowadays, I don't practice that much.
Oh, I know.
And I should be practicing, actually. I'll even call myself.
Same story all over.
Yeah,
Same
I
story
should
for
be
most of us.
practicing. But in all honesty, I've not been practicing.
Right. So, how do you think, like being 2020 and there's a lot happening on social media and everything, how do you think social media has impacted the level of musicians like you? Like, before you come up with something and you have to either go on a radio station or come here to launch it. But how has that impacted you as a guitarist?
I mean, I think it's huge. I think social media is the great equalizer that we have.
Right.
And what does that mean? It means that now people can put out their content. Like you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have you have TikTok. If you want to talk to Generation Z, you have Twitter. And so what that does is that it puts you on this platform where you have access to so many other people who would have never had access to your music or your content. Then you get feedback from the market. Right? If you're actually good or if you're if you need to improve, kidogo. But even that in itself is content. Like you don't have to wait to be an amazing guitarist for you to put out content. So I think I think social media has really helped in terms of just putting the artist first and making you have access to a large audience, and then doing collaborations.
Yeah, building you up.
Like Rich and Max did a thing, on a YouTube channel. Yeah, it was.
Tamu.
She's not even Kenyan, he's Mexican, right?
I think
Brazilian, man.
Brazilian.
Brazil stuff, yeah.
I think it's Latin vibes.
Latin. So
energy.
and just being able to mash the two together and do something great. This is like the power of social media.
Exactly.
And speaking of social media and practicing, how okay, we're gonna talk about COVID. How it's actually affected so many people. But then that also means you've had enough time. So how has quarantine been for you? Like, I mean, have you learned any new skills? Since he's actually been putting a lot of work on YouTube, and you absolutely love that. So what new skills have you learned?
So I mean, technique wise, there's always the sweep picking. So just having different ways of tapping into the same techniques which I do. So for example, if you're playing an arpeggio, you can have on 3 strings, you can have on 4 strings, you can have on 5 strings, so those are the kind of things which I've been learning, just the nuance of the guitar, even note selection,
right?
Because as instrumentalists, you get boxed into your own pattern of playing. So you can predict the next note you're going to play. So what if you decide to play a different note? How are you going to react to that? Especially in real time. So that's what I've been learning. I've been learning more on improvisation, also on managing my YouTube channel. Something which Eddie Grimm also does.
Because you've had time, So quarantine has actually done that.
It has.
For you.
It has. Tremendously.
Right. No, just generally, what do you think makes a great guitarist? If someone is out there and they want to get into that, what should they consider?
Yes.
And who are some of your influences actually? Who in this field, in the rock industry?
Locally,
So I mean, I can start off with the influences. So my rock influences, I would say, guys like Michelangelo Batio, because I like guitarists who play very fast, and I also like guitarists who play with nuance and very slowly. Like I can be inspired by any type of guitarist, but traditionally I'm more of a technique-based speed, power, and melody and all that. So Michelangelo Batio, obviously my guitar teacher Morris, the guy who taught me how to play guitar, and I think he's in Mombasa right now doing something. I don't know. So guys like Satriani, even Benjamin Kabaseke. Shout out to a Kenyan guitarist who I think is a beast.
Benji is harsh,
Benjamin is a monster. I remember seeing his YouTube videos, and I'm like, this guy is aggressive.
It's crazy.
So those are Amo.
That's the guru, man. That's
Amo is another guy. Another guy, the
crazy
Kenyan rock
mad guy.
Really cool dude. So I think he's awesome. Sinister Gates is my main motivation as to why I started playing the guitar. I remember listening to the guitar solo for Bad Country, and I was like, this guy is assaulting that instrument. So I need to learn how to play that solo.
Right. And actually, another thing I wanted to know, definitely, you being in different bands, like you've mentioned, band Tano,
Yeah.
and you're not just a guitarist, you're a singer as well. So are
Yeah.
you more comfortable being a guitarist, or would you rather be a lead singer?
You know, to be honest, I prefer being a guitarist
Yeah.
because you know the guitar is in tune,
Yeah,
so the
it's
tune
tamu,
is there. So the
Yeah.
only mistake you can make is hitting the wrong note, and even then you can quickly do a
Cover
chroma.
it up
You
in
can
a
cover.
way, yeah.
Hey, vocals are sensitive. I remember when I was on stage with Rish singing, I'm like, hey, Rish is over there doing some aggressive stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, me, I'm there. Hey, just maintain one note. Hey, hey. It's like you're in choir. In Chile. You know, so I'm more comfortable playing the guitar.
You'd rather
yeah.
be a
Yeah,
guitarist.
but I'm
in a
warming
band.
up towards singing. Just, yeah.
Would love to see that. Will definitely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like that?
Yeah, he knows. We're just waiting. Some of us, that's why I'm not talking.
We're
Some of us are just like, you just do it, bro. Just do it. This man knows.
But I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I
Yes.
definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Now, so what do you think is actually limiting us? Like the guys in the rock scene in Kenya, especially
Yeah.
guitarists. What is the main challenge guitarists or just like
Ooh.
artists are facing right now?
That's a complex question.
Yeah.
I think the first one is content. I think it all starts with the artist. And as we said earlier, you know, you have social media. So if you're a guitarist, just put out content. Even a
Yeah.
10-second thing, you know, of you just trying something.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, the entire ecosystem of the rock scene is going to have a
Identify.
portfolio.
Yeah,
right? It's going to have a
exactly.
portfolio
Which is
of different-
and which we need, so yeah,
Exactly.
big time.
I've actually been seeing that.
Yeah.
Him, shout out to you. And Jay of Crystal Axis has
Yeah.
actually been doing that a lot.
Jai, man.
And Willie.
Beast.
Willie
Jiro.
actually, Willie
Yeah,
Jiro.
Willie,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've been
cool.
seeing like a
Power
lot of
slide.
content. They've been putting a lot of content
Yeah.
on social media.
So that's one of the things, putting out a lot of content, and then two, I think also doing collaborations with other genres.
Yeah, man.
And
yeah.
I think yeah.
Especially the local fraternity.
Yeah, you can do like a rock cover of Wasetu and
Yeah,
right?
yeah. What you've been doing actually is so tamu.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, do you know he actually did a cover of Chris Kaiga?
Zimenais.
Zimenais. Yeah, it's actually on YouTube. You also check it out. He's not just talking about things he's not doing.
Yeah,
really?
He's
exactly.
actually talking.
Practical.
He's talking the walk.
The
Or
walk,
is it walking the talk?
yeah.
Both of them.
Check out that, you
Preaching
get
wine and drinking it.
And drinking it.
Alright, so I don't know, for guitar maintenance, is there anything for anyone who owns a guitar? Is there a specific way you're supposed to maintain it?
Yes.
What are those? Like maybe some pointers.
Yeah, so you know you have the guitar oil to clean the frets.
Okay, this is the first time
You know,
I'm
so
hearing
there's
that.
that. You always need to change your guitar strings.
Strings,
I
yeah.
think, what's the period? Is it 3 weeks? I remember.
3 months. Okay, maybe do 3 months.
Yeah.
That is for, you know, now I play electric and bass. So for electric is 3 months. Bass goes like a year. Because
Yeah.
sometimes the bass strings are expensive, man. They're damn expensive.
exactly.
So, and they also they have long life, depending on
long
what you
life,
buy.
yes.
So yeah, but for guitar strings, because of the chafu and all that,
Exactly.
yeah, 3 months
So-
is tamu.
Yeah, it's then also just making sure that you know you're checking the guitar if there are any cracks anywhere.
Yeah, treat it like a baby.
Treat it like a baby. How you store it. Don't
Yeah,
just
you
come
know,
after a gig.
to put it there.
You know, rockstar energy. You're smashing the guitar, but you'll have to buy another one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, take care of your guitar, and your guitar will take care of you. That's
Yeah,
it.
true.
So I think like you know the industry, we need the industry to grow. We
Yes.
can't be where we were last year despite
Yeah.
COVID, right?
Yeah.
So what if you had a chance, you as George? Oh, okay. Let me call him Hybrid Intuition.
Yeah.
Now you as Hybrid, you have a chance to change the industry. What would you do differently, or what would you want to see change or be
Yeah.
done in the industry?
I think the one thing that would be cool. I think Mudhoni, the drama queen, touched on this in an Instagram video I watched today. Actually, she's talking about having rock shows, having rock concerts, right? Really shedding a light onto the rock scene in Kenya. All right?
Yeah.
Because what usually happens is that you have a very small time slot for rock music. It's not that mainstream. You don't
Yeah,
see it
but
on,
yeah.
you know, radio stations. You
It's
don't
yeah,
see it in media. You don't see. So if you can have festivals where you can have those kind of artists, you know, like you have people like Calligraph Jones, and then you have PLG,
Morris
you know, coming together. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's one of the things which I
Oh, I
think
didn't know she forgot about that.
she
Mudhoni,
told, I saw it
yeah.
today, by the before Kujang,
Yeah.
she was talking about rock. She's like, you know,
Yeah,
and you
tamu,
should
man.
be shedding a light on the rock scene and showing the talent, which is what you guys
Yeah,
are doing.
exactly. We are trying, but that's nice coming from somebody like Mudhoni who's in the mainstream. That's really
Exactly.
it's heavy. That's tamu. As a big up, Mudhoni.
Big up Mudhoni, man,
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's actually very interesting. So, what next for you? Like, I know something interesting happening. This is the last question as we wind up because of time.
Yes,
So, I want to
yes.
know what next for you, and remind guys your social media as well, where they
Yeah.
find your music and you personally.
Yeah, so what's next for me is I'm working on my second album, and
Ooh.
I'll be singing on that one.
Yeah.
I think I want to release it next year.
Okay.
God willing. Maybe 2021 or 2022. We'll see what
depending,
happens.
yeah.
We can wait. We can wait.
You know,
Things take time.
Yeah. Then then I'll be traveling. As I told you.
Yeah.
So
Yes, I wanted to say that, but I'm like, okay, it's not my place to say, so I'm just gonna let him say himself.
So I'll be relocating to a different location. I'll be leaving the country actually in a couple of days for
stuff.
work, for actuarial things.
Yeah.
So, but still, we're gonna keep the rock energy alive. On social
Whichever
media.
place, and you're going to represent the 254 wherever you'll be.
Yeah, you go
That's
there as a
what matters,
diplomat.
yeah.
You go as a Kenyan diplomat. So
Yeah,
when guys
you
see
know.
you, they're like, hey, this is how Kenyans, how all Kenyans are. It's like,
He's VP.
we're all like this, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the right way to think. But yeah.
Okay, so your social media, where can people
yes.
find your music or even buy your music,
Hey.
and you as well on social media?
You can find me on Hybrid Intuition. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. That is on Facebook. That's on YouTube. Even on TikTok, I have like 6 videos on TikTok. I'm not doing the dances, but I'm playing the guitar. Maybe I'll do a dance and then play the guitar at the same time. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That can be cool, yeah.
And for my albums, you can get them on Bandcamp, Hybrid Intuition as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was amazing. Hybrid Intuition, guys. Make sure you do follow him for more awesome content. Now he's going to be playing for us. Now before we go, I want to tell you what we're playing on our top 5 at 5 before he plays for us, because he has to play for us. Now on our top 5 at 5, we have very interesting jams, just new jams that just came out. The number 1 on that song is his newest release. Actually, it's called Healing, and it's an original, by Hybrid Intuition. The second song is by a band called I Prevail. The song is Every Time You Leave. Our third song is The Smashing Pumpkins. The song is SYR, and then we have number 4, that is Dan Warsnop featuring Gerard Dines. They did an Aerosmith cover of I Don't Wanna Miss a Thing, so it's new. We're gonna be playing that. This is our number 4. Then the last song is by Deftones. It's actually called Ohms, of their new album, which is also called Ohms. So now the hashtag is Rock254. We're going to be putting up a post on Twitter, so make sure you go ahead and vote your favorite. So we're going to be playing you that just after he plays for us one song, then we do that, right? Cool. Keep it white, 254, keep it Rock Tour.